Hello friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Jayanti. If you would like to support my channel, then please like and subscribe. I would also request you to keep your notification bells on so that you can receive the latest notifications for my videos. I would also like to thank my new subscribers and people who are already watching my videos and are liking my videos. Warm welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Today I'll be doing a collective reading about divine masculine and divine feminine energy. Basically, these two people are being targeted by a lot of karmic masculines and karmic feminine energies. Yeah. And they are karmic. I wouldn't call them divine feminine or divine masculine energies, but karmic feminine and karmic masculine energies. And these people are very envious of you because you've had a Kundalini awakening, and the Kundalini Shakti is active within you, and some of these people, they are not at that stage of spiritual evolution, so somewhere they feel very inferior when it comes to you, and they tend to compare themselves and their spirituality to you, and the truth is that these people have not mastered their spiritual lessons, that is why their Kundalini Shakti is not active, within them. Whereas when it comes to a divine masculine or a divine feminine energy, these energies are already activated within you, So there's definitely a lot of hate and hate from these karmic feminine and karmic masculine energies, because somewhere they feel that they are spiritually inferior to you, that is how they look at things, right? So that is what I see here, and that is what the collective reading is about. So we'll shuffle the cards and see what are the energies that we pick up on. So let's see. Archangel Michael, Raphael, Ariel and Uriel, please let me know what are the energies for this person. Yeah, so definitely, some of you are in the Queen of Cups energy. You could be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. You're definitely someone who is very emotional. You're really in touch with your emotions. You are an empath. Some of you could be a Heyoka empath, and I also see that you're someone who's very tuned with your intuition. You may be getting spiritual downloads. You're very psychic, and you have a lot of love in your heart. You're very giving. You're a very giving person, and this is also something that they don't like. Queen of Cups is also someone who's very spiritual, so you're very spiritually inclined, so I can understand why they don't like you, I'll pull out some more cards and see what are the cards we get. Yeah, and the divine masculine could be the Knight of Cups energy, there is a possibility that you are the older woman and the divine masculine is younger than you, he's the Knight of Cups here. Yeah, this is again somebody who's a Scorpio, Cancer and Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Yeah, that is what I see here. So there's definitely, again I want to check the energies of Knight of Cups energy. I'm not sure if this is the divine masculine or karmic masculine, so let me just see who is this Knight of Cups energy, okay. So I do feel that whoever is this Knight of Cups, this is someone who's a karmic masculine, because the Strength card is reversed. So this is definitely someone who's not confident, very insecure. This person has self-worth, self-esteem issues, and they project a lot, So they do see you in your spiritual power, and that kind of intimidates them, because this is definitely someone who's not had a Kundalini awakening, and they're very insecure, They know that they're not spiritually, of your rank, basically. You could be of a higher rank, spiritually, yeah. This person could also be a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Yeah. So this is a very toxic karmic masculine energy. He could literally, this is the kind of person who could literally use hands on you, could be physically very abusive, someone who's very rude, very harsh, That is the kind of energy that I'm picking up on. And this person behaves this way because they have their own insecurities. They have a lot of confidence issues. And they don't like the fact that you are very confident, That is what I see here. Yeah. This is also a kind of a person who's like literally like an energy vampire. So he'll literally try to cling on to your energy, a very clingy energy, a very possessive energy. That is what I'm picking up on. Someone who's extremely possessive. Yeah, this person is someone who doesn't have the courage, the strength. They're very insecure people, someone who can't even speak up for himself or stand up for himself. This person carries a lot of insecurities. Yeah. uh, Definitely this person is someone who wants to win at any cost, and they're not going to play fair. This is not somebody who has high moral values. They'll do things in a sneaky way. This person is a bully. So everything they'll do behind the scenes, but they want to win at any cost, and they want to defeat you at any cost. That is what I see here. Let's see what other cards we get. Yeah. Now, this could literally mean that this person is not that wealthy. Yeah, they definitely have some financial issues going on. Or this is something that they wish for you. That is what I see here. This person also feels like all the times every wish of yours is fulfilled. They feel like you're very lucky and luck is by your side. And why don't things happen for them? They kind of envy that, yeah. They also envy your spiritual downloads. So you're definitely someone who may be very pure, childlike, and may seem like that, but you definitely get a lot of spiritual downloads. That is what I see here. If some of you are married, then this could literally mean that this person also envies your children. That is the energy that I'm picking up on. They also don't like the fact that you are very good with alchemy. You can balance out all the negative energies, and use it for your advantage. That is what I see here. They also know that you're someone who's very well balanced and you're very patient. Yeah, that is what they see here. Yeah, like I think you are someone who has a lot of healthy boundaries because you've been through a lot in the past, and they feel that you have powerful manifestation abilities. It definitely can manifest everything very quickly compared to other people. Also, I feel you're a very powerful manifester because you are not someone who waits around for the manifestation to come. You kind of make a wish with the universe and you kind of let it go. You don't wait around, and that's why things happen for you. I think this person is constantly overthinking about you. There's a lot of overthinking. And especially during the night time, this person is always thinking about you. They aren't thinking about their life, they're literally thinking about you, which is really strange. Yeah, I think they think about the times they've spent with you. So let's say if this person was a friend, or I don't know if you briefly dated this person, this karmic masculine, they're definitely thinking about you. There's a lot of energy of being nostalgic. This person is literally thinking about the conversations that they've had with you, certain memories that they have in their mind when it comes to you. That is what I see here. Yeah, I think you ended this connection. Yeah, so it didn't last for a long duration because you didn't really like this person's energy. So the Two of Cups is reversed. So definitely this is a past connection, a karmic ex. That is what I see here. Yeah, I think you made a choice. You had many options and you made a choice. You knew that this person is not the correct person. Yeah, like I said, this person was the King of Cups energy. So definitely someone who's a Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. But I also feel this talks about the divine masculine that you have in your life. So though you had a lot of options, in your heart you've already chosen a person who's a King of Cups energy. Doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be a Scorpio, Cancer, or a Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising sign, but definitely who embodies the energy of King of Cups. Someone who's very diplomatic. Someone who's very loving, kind, has a very good emotional quotient. Definitely someone like that. And this divine masculine of yours probably lives at a distance, that is what I see, so you both are in different locations at this point of time, divine feminine and divine masculine energies. You are not together. There's definitely a long it's definitely a long distance relationship. So there's a physical distance between the two of you. This could be between cities, countries, or continent. Yeah. uh, I also see the Knight of Pentacles card, so some of the divine masculine energies could be Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. That is what I see here. And definitely this person lives at a distance, Some of them could be Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. And definitely I think you're healing. You're going through a period of healing right now, and you're transforming, You're shining your light. And this light cannot be tolerated by the karmics, That is what I see here. Yeah. I think you're going to have a beautiful family with your divine masculine, And there are a lot of karmic females and karmic masculines, So karmic feminine and karmic masculine energies who don't want you to come into divine union, They don't want this to happen, Wherein you would be united with your divine counterpart. You would have a family, you would have children, So they don't want this for you. Definitely your spirituality really bothers them. That is what I see here. Yeah. So you may have been single for a long time, and finally this cycle would end after you would get married to your partner, Yeah. I think these people don't want the cycle to end, That is what I'm picking up on, They want to continue this cycle. I think whenever you were with this karmic feminine or karmic masculine, you were definitely someone who was very generous, very giving. You gave a lot, and a lot of materialistic things, So I think they are also attached to the things that you would do for them, So I'm not just talking about providing through money, but doing whatever you were providing them with, They were used to all those things, and that could literally be anything, So they still want those perks, whatever they were benefiting out of you. So they're missing the money factor here, and the way you would nurture people, do things for them, be there for them, Yeah, they miss that, So I think now that you've left, they have that clarity when it comes to you. Yeah, that is what I see here. Literally after you moved on, the Chariot card is here. So these people literally miss you, That is what I feel. Yeah, you literally ended the cycle, the Ten of Swords energies here. These were the kind of people who also backstabbed you, so you didn't want to have anything to do with them, The betrayal was like pretty severe, that is what I feel. Yeah, so definitely the cycle has ended. These people would also, get into fights with you, so you just wanted to end the cycle. There was a lot of competition and a lot of comparing, so they would compare their lives to you, even in terms of spirituality, which is very stupid, because everyone's spiritual journey is very unique, but these karmic feminine and karmic masculine would compare their protection to your protection, compare your kundalini awakening to theirs, compare your spiritual experiences to their spiritual experiences. That is what I see here, So that is the kind of energy that I'm picking up on. Yeah, and these were the kind of people who were very quick to attack you, So the Knight of Swords energy is there. Yeah, they wouldn't leave a chance, So you just grabbed the opportunity and you left this situation, That is what I see here. I would also like to see what are the things about you through the oracle cards, I've used a lot of tarot cards right now. I'll pull out some oracle card decks and see what spirit guides want us to know, when it comes to these people. Yeah, see the yin and yang energy. Karmic feminine and karmic masculine energies really were jealous of your divine union, the yin and yang energy. They're definitely very jealous of divine masculine feminine energy. They also fear your union, physical union, your holy union. That is what I feel here. So they don't want you guys to be together. Again, a double confirmation, Woman of Hearts. This is the Queen of Cups energy, So you're definitely exuding a lot of love energy, a lot of self-love energy, basically. Yeah. These guys wanted you to be confused when it comes to choosing your life partner. Yeah. So I see two paths. One path is of the karmic masculine, and the other path is of your divine counterpart, who's the divine masculine in your life. So they wanted you to be confused between two people. Yeah. Yeah. These people also wanted your money to end. Yeah, they didn't like the fact that you are making a lot of money. They also envy your creativity, So you're very connected, yeah, to your creativity, to your womb energy. That is what I see here. Yeah, abundance. They know that you'll have a lot of abundance, and it bothers them. Yeah, it's a lot to do with your union, because I see black and white horse, which is again symbolic of the yin and yang energy. Yeah, they know that you're taking the actions towards your goals. And I'm not just talking about money, in terms of relationships also, Yeah. I think you are already aware about this scenario at this point of time. So that these people envy you. You are aware about that. I think the universe is really balancing everything for you. Angel of Balance card is there. So that is what I see here. Yeah, like I said, a lot of hostility, These people are really mad about the fact that there's going to be a divine union for you. They are also not liking the fact that, you would unite with your divine masculine and you would have a family, you would have children, So there is definitely a lot of hostile energy, Let's see what other cards we get. Yeah, again a confirmation, You're definitely manifesting a lot of things into your life, and these are the things that they can't tolerate, definitely to do with the happy family, Let me just pull out few cards and get done with this oracle deck. You would be also leading a community of people, so they don't like that, A lot of people are influenced by you. Yeah, that is what I feel, So that is what they feel at this point of time. That a lot of people are going to follow you and like you, and they don't like that, Especially the karmic feminine and the karmic masculine energies, I just want to see how your money is also. I'll just pull out money oracle and see. Yeah, again a confirmation, It's a lot to do with your love relationship and your spirituality. That is what I was picking up on since I saw the chakras. So yeah, you also, like, they may try to send a temptation at work in the form of karmic masculine. So they're saying that be very careful, don't get into a love affair or a relationship with a karmic masculine at workplace, that is what they're saying, because they're definitely going to send distractions your way. Yeah, I think you'll definitely manifest your love life. Yeah, and money, if you're having money troubles, they'll get resolved. Yeah, and the universe is saying, love and be loved, So a lot of your issues are going to get resolved at this point of time, and that is what these karmic masculine and feminine don't like, Yeah, you're a light worker, they're hating on your spirituality, hating on your light, Yeah, open your heart to a spiritual career, heal, So definitely, some of you already have a spiritual career, or some of you are going to start right now, start a spiritual business. That is what I see. Definitely there's a kundalini awakening, Yeah. Yeah. You guys may even travel for some vacation, you and the divine masculine, So I do see that also. You guys will be investing a lot in money matters. That is what I see. And you'll be investing your money wisely, Definitely your guardian angel is protecting this connection. So it doesn't matter, who is the karmic masculine or the karmic feminine who is not happy with this divine union or your spirituality. Your guardian angel is definitely protecting your spirituality and your divine union. That is what I see here. Yeah, I think all these resources are going to be provided to you by your guardian angel, basically. Yeah. But you're also being encouraged to save and invest wisely, even though the resources are being provided for you, so that you can save for the future too. Yeah. Let's see what cards we get. Yeah, you're being asked not to gamble or take a lot of risk when it comes to money matters. Yeah, that is what I see here. I'll just try to pull out a fortune cookie card and see what are the last messages. So I think that awareness is there, that these guys don't like your spirituality or don't like your divine union. I just want to see what is the message from spirit, before I end the reading. I just want to end it on a positive note. So let's see what cards we get in terms of the oracle card deck. Yeah. So trust your intuition. It is a great time to learn a new skill. So if some of you are thinking of joining a course, learning a new skill which will help you expand your business, or if you're thinking of starting a new business or whatever that may be, learn that skill. Yeah, it'll really help you in changing your career path, and invest your money, in the right things. That is what the guides are saying. So it's a beautiful message. I'll just see what the second message is. Confirmation, jealousy. Yeah. So you're being told, be aware of people who are jealous of you. Watch who you trust with your personal secrets. So don't open up to people. Spend time outdoor with nature to reconnect and rejuvenate. So definitely this is a confirmation. There's a lot of jealousy when it comes to your divine union, because a lot of these people don't have this kind of connection in this lifetime. Luck card is there. So a sudden change of luck is likely. Yeah. Things are going to work out in your favor. Excellent time for networking. So you definitely find a lot of people within your community that you can network with, and your business is going to grow that way. And networking, it could be literally in any career, any field. So that is what I see for you, and I hope you enjoyed the reading. I'll see you in my new reading. Basically in my next reading, and I'll end the reading here. Thank you so much.